I keep seeing research that says Disney adults are stunted children. But tell us about your vacation while I show you some little graphics.
Yeah. So basically, been here for 2 weeks. This was actually a gift from a friend because of my wife's medical condition. But first week spent it in at Universal Studios. We did the 2 parks there, Islands of Adventure, Universal Studios. Then did Megacon, and then we did the 4 parks this week. And staying here. This is like I said. I don't know how much you want me to talk about it, but the sense I get is it's been a long time since I've been here. My child was born the last time I was here, so we're talking 20 years.
Wow.
And and I will say that it's twice as expensive for half the stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, look, here's a quote from Tim Dillon. Adults that vacation at Disney are stunted emotionally. I have a video that I can play where he talks about this on the Tucker Carlson show. Look at this.
Feelings about Disney?
Yeah, I do. It's terrible.
You think Disney's terrible?
I think it's become terrible.
I kind of agree with that, but I can't quite articulate why.
Well, it's lazy.
Disney's lazy?
It's like, when people take their kids on vacation there, it's like, I understand it, but there's other places to go that are real, that have actual history. You could teach your kids about the country. You could teach them about anything. You could teach them about things that have actually happened. I don't think Disney World is a terrible place to go, but you shouldn't be doing it every year. There's people that go every year. There's people that go without children. There's people that go
without children. Why
yes,
without children?
Because people are sick. I mean, there's this whole, there's this whole group of Disney adults, people that really enjoy Disney World. They meet their wives at Disney World. They meet their husbands at Disney World, and that yet somehow then not procreate. And they love it, and they say they remain children forever, and which I don't think is the goal of life. And yeah, I just think it's it's upsetting when I see it.
So it's like an emotional retardation that gets.
Yeah, you're looking at people that are stunted. They're unable for whatever reason to access there's a lot of art in America. There's, a lot of literature. There's a lot of film. It's not all cartoons. It's not all Disney. Not to take anything away from, a lot of the great Disney classics, but it's supposed to be the beginning of your journey and not the whole thing.
Well, Alan, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I can't not agree with him.
Oh,
right? It's true. I think from the story I've heard, the experience I've had, there's a big Disney fandom, and I will say a long time ago, 20 years ago, I was very passionate part of that. And then just like every other fandom that there is, it gets toxic. You can't, to disagree is a major battle point. And it's just, why can't we just enjoy it? I will say the best thing about my trip here as a Disney adult is I spent way too much time with my daughter, and we had a great time.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing, spending time. That's,
Yeah, I mean, we were attached to the hip at every single park, in every single line, and just had a great old time. Yesterday, weirdly enough, Animal Kingdom became her favorite park, and she was just having a blast going through and experiencing all that stuff, which I would never have imagined. But apparently now she really loves animals.
Well, it's good to experience that in real life. Now, let me say, I'm worried about you in the cost of this vacation. This from the Wall Street Journal. Even Disney is worried about the high cost of a Disney vacation. Annual vacation budgets for families by income and typical spending for a 2-day Disney theme park visit. And the cost is insane. On the bottom, it's like $646, as high as $8,000. And this is a starting budget, premium passes, multi-passes, fast food, table service dinner, character meal, hotel parking, park admission. Adding these things up it is upwards of, if you're going to have a decent stay, $8,000. This is Wall Street Journal. It's based on 2023 labor data.
Yeah, I can speak
thoughts
to
on
that.
this and the cost?
Yeah. Okay, so I'll give you a comparison here. We were originally supposed to go to Disney World in 2020. So we were researching it, saving money. We had money put aside for it. And we looked it up. We could do 4 days at Disney with airfare for about $3,600. So that's airfare, hotel, tickets. All right. So, okay, it was like, let's plan that. Let's see if we can make it happen. And then the pandemic happened and it ruined everything.
Right.
So now today, I will tell you the cost of my stay here at Port Orleans, as well as 4 days of tickets, $4,700, hotel and tickets.
How do you? Okay. I mean, I did have years ago. I had an annual pass for Disneyland. It was like 600, 700.
Yeah.
I upgraded to get the free parking, which was paid for itself. And I would go, it's a Tuesday. It's 3:00 in the afternoon. I'm going to go have dinner at downtown Disney. And then I'm going to go and ride Soarin' over California or over the world, whatever. And it was a value.
Absolutely.
You can't just buy a ticket now. You have to do a reservation. I do not understand it. And Fast Pass sounds like a good idea. You have to Fast Pass things. I find modern theme parks stressful. I prefer Universal. I can an annual passes you can get for a couple $100. They have blackout days, but you can just show up for an afternoon, ride a couple rides, grab dinner. It's worth it. It's worth it.
Hey, let me speak to Fast Passes. So here,
please.
Here at Walt Disney World, it's lightning lanes, and you have to pay for it. So there are no Fast Passes. You buy. So basically, we did it once for I was gonna say Disney MGM, for Disney Hollywood Studios. It was $18 for each of us to buy 3 Fast Passes. We were glad we did it, but we weren't going to do it for the other parks. And then for certain rides, for example, Rise of the Resistance, we had to do a virtual queue. So I had to wake up at 7:00 in the morning, get on the app, and get in the virtual. No, I'm sorry. It was for Guardians of the Galaxy, the roller coaster. Right. And then we did it again for Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Oh God! How is that? That used to be Flash Mountain or Splash Mountain.
Splash Mountain. Sorry. You know, much as we
do not Google Flash Mountain Disney. do not. Anyway.
At least, not safe for work. It was. Look, we all know the story of it. We all loved Splash Mountain. They didn't even tell the Tiana, the Princess and the Frog story. They made it a different story. You know, I wanted to get a little soaked on the trip. That was the ride, and we did it. It was okay. All the robots were working, which is good. So,
did any rides break down while you were there? Like, because Rise of the Resistance routinely breaks down.
Yeah, I'll tell you, every ride we went on, with the exception of one, didn't break down. The only one that broke down was Expedition Everest, and we were stuck maybe for 3 or 4 minutes before it continued. So weirdly enough, when you go during non-peak hours, everything works, or non-peak months, non-peak area times of the year.
All right. Well, we'll get more of a breakdown next week on your vacation. Any final thoughts? And we're going to go to. I have to say, everyone I met at Megacon, I met a lot of people, and thank you so much. I appreciate you coming up and saying hi and getting a picture. It was a blast. You should have been there. Everyone was asking why you weren't there. Yeah. Gary wasn't there either for tragic reasons. But
But
I wish I
you were missed, and it was great fun. Got to hang out with the Geeks and Gamers gang. I think I mentioned had dinner with Steph and Ryan and Disparu and
that's great.
And X-Ray Girl, X-Ray Girl and Kara. So we had
your daughter, your other daughter.
Exactly. And I met everyone else. Valiant, I met Jonas, X-Wing, X-Wing and Echo Base.
And you are taller than everyone except Drunk 3PO.
Yeah. And I think Jeremy and I are the same size too. Same height.
Well, there you go.
Both Jeremys.
Oh,
no,
great.
sorry, Jeremy and Jay, yeah.
Well, I look forward to your continuing Disney coverage because I haven't been there since 2019.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Galaxy's Edge, which I thought was lame. I wrote an article on Film Thread about it. Was so pissed off how bad it was. But yeah. I'm more of a Universal guy. I have a good experience there. You can buy booze everywhere in the park. I mean, it's pricey, but whatever. And there's other stuff to do.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, the Harry Potter land at both parks, amazing.
Probably one of the best theme parks. I thought Star Wars would be that, and it's not. So.
Oh yeah. When we did Hollywood Studios, first thing we did was Rise of Resistance because I had never done it. We went there. It was right at the entrance of the park, and then we walked right out of Galaxy's Edge. So I don't even know what their Galaxy's Edge is like.